difficult relationship that we have with Russia right now.
President Obama talking about how it rumored that Russia hacked into the DNC. Now we're hearing Russia's hacking all over the place. Brian Ross with ABC News chief investigative correspondent joins us. Good morning, Brian Ross.
Good morning, McGraw.
So what's the latest? Are they now hacking into the New York Times?
Apparently they made a good try, and it's not clear whether they got in. The FBI is investigating. They seem to have targeted individual reporters, starting with the Moscow bureau. The Times says none of its internal systems were compromised or breached, but they didn't say anything about the individual reporters. And this is part of an outgrowth of a continued cyber war sneak attack agenda by the Russians. They've gone after a White House non-classified system. They got into a Pentagon classified system. Last week they hit the foundation run by George Soros here in New York, and there are several other news organizations, we're told, although we don't have their names, that also have been targeted by the Russians, and probably by their intelligence agencies. They have a great capacity. They're very good hackers.
When they hacked into the DNC, the story was that they left crumbs letting people know that it was Russia who was doing the hacking. How do we know it was Russia this time with the New York Times?
They track down when they plant a bug or a malware bug inside, it then sends the information to a site. And that site, it turns out, is the exact same one, apparently, where the Democratic National Committee information was being sent. So the IP address is what they look for. They also spot, for instance, the code that's used, and they can see that it was written with a Cyrillic alphabet, a keyboard that has the Russian alphabet on it. And they look at the times it was entered, and some of the forensics they use, and they have concluded that the same people that did the DNC attack also were attacking the New York Times.
Brian Ross, why isn't it just some Russian rogue 12-year-old, and why do we think it's the Russian government?
Because it mimics exactly, it's the same information that was used, or the same coding that was used to attack the the German parliament. They shut down the lights in the Ukraine. They essentially cut off all the power in the country of Estonia. They've been very aggressive in doing that. There are, though, as you point out, certainly there are Russian criminal gangs, and they've been caught trying to hack in to steal information from financial news media in a way to essentially make some insider trades based on information that's going to come out the next day. They get it well in advance, and they buy or sell stocks based on that. Ted
Koppel wrote about this in a book. It sounds like it's all coming true.
It seems to be, and what we're told is that no news organization where you have reporters all over the world requiring kind of quick and easy access to the internet system, the emails, no organization like that can really take the time or create the cumbersome procedures to make itself fully defended against a sophisticated attack. So it's a cautionary tale for anybody in the media.
Brian Ross, ABC News chief investigative correspondent. Thank you, Brian Ross.
Good to be here.
You got it. One of the best. Joins us from time to time. 743, Big 550,